Heading up two brand new fells today, never been on them before.
Up there, Carrock Fell, and then somewhere in the distance
we've got High Pike. The forecast is full sun all day. It should be a really good day. You're more than welcome to come along with us.
We've just parked
200 yards past the farm, which is Stone Ends Farm. Free parking.
And from where we're parked, you can see the path heading up there, and up there there's two trees.
I'm heading in between them. You may not look it, but it gets a bit steep up there, it gets a bit shaly up there. That is not the top, by the way, so thankfully I'm aware of that. But I've only been going 3-4 minutes. We've made some height straight away, and you can see
where the beast park down there. There's the farm and the road going down there, which I came up, it looks like in the distance there, Great Mel Fell.
I think in February, when I went up the Ascent of Doom. God, what a day that was. But I'm feeling nice and fit and fresh. I don't know how long that'll last, mate.
This is where the path gets a bit shaly and very steep,
I think. Like I say, first time I've been up here. If you're going to do this walk, I would recommend doing it the way I'm doing it. Carrick Fell first, and then over to High Pike. Because this first bit is steep, so while I feel nice and fresh, get it out of the way. And to be fair, I wouldn't fancy coming down this way. The way down from High Pike, it looks like it's a nice, gentle, grassy descent.
That's where we're heading. And that's not the top up there.
Apparently I've got quite a bit more to go when we get up there.
As well as steep, you've got this loose shale on top of the path.
So I'm taking it very steady up here. I've got it all day, so why rush? So do not underestimate this bit here coming up. For a couple of little sections there, have to bear crawl up, hands and feet, just to get up. And when it's warm days like this, I'm always a bit wary about putting my hands down on the fell, because we only have one poisonous snake in the UK, an adder, only very small, but it can give you a very nasty and potentially fatal bite. I've never ever seen one before in my life. I don't ever want to either, but I'm always a bit worried putting my hands down because they like to bask in the heat. I still underestimated it slightly, because when he stood at the bottom looking up, you think, well, it doesn't look too bad, until you start going up. Either way, we are up the really steep shaly bit there now, so we've got
the grassy hiking to look forward to.
So I'm pleased to see the back of that. So jacket off there now, and start getting really warm. Really nice cooling breeze actually, which is nice. It's the perfect opportunity to answer another question. He's just starting off his own YouTube channel, and he's asked the question, have you got any tips? You might think that you are Steven Spielberg, so if you're doing 5-minute pans across the countryside, your 10-minute drone shots, you may well think that is very, very interesting. I promise you it's not. You might also think a 40-minute video of you giving your thoughts on the world is also very interesting. I promise you it's not. Especially when you're starting off. Keep them short, keep them sweet, keep them interesting. A 40-minute opus of your life story, I just haven't got time to watch it, so I don't. So good luck with your channel. Am I an expert? No, of course I'm not. But if I can help somebody, I'm always willing to do so. But all this heather up here, I'll tell you something, in a few months' time, this is going to be an absolute riot of colour.
Just like those views are. Whew. Look at that.
So onwards to the summit. Have a canny little break there, I think, as well. Yeah, looking forward to getting a sit down. Feeling a bit tired. I mean, fair enough, I was up at 10 to 4 this morning, but a terrible night's sleep last night. Every time I started to nod off, all I could hear was my next door neighbour shouting all the time, constantly. I thought, what the hell's he shouting? He was repeating the same thing over and over again. Baggy trousers, top of his voice. Baggy trousers, baggy trousers. Madness. I've had Tony Blackburn on the radio again, driving over the moors. So I'm just slowly picking my way through here to what I assume's the top. Quite a little poignant sight there. What I think it is, it's the eastern part of Carrock Fell. The summit, it looks like,
Is over there.
so a little bit to go yet, but still a nice place to stop for a second. So that is definitely summit inside. So it's 661 metres, 2,169 feet, the summit for the first time of Carrick Fell. And what a day in which to do it. Absolutely immense. Let's have a look around. Nice is that. There's a little shelter down there if you prefer, but I think I'm going to just sit there. So I'm going to have a canny little break here, head on to the next one. Either way, let's have a break. But it's always nice when you're sat on the summit in the middle of nowhere for a couple of guys to come up and say, hey, I recognise you and I watch your videos. Apparently they like them as well, so that's always happy with that. Not needed to watch me, they watch the fat boys as well, so we're all in very, very good company. I knew as soon as I saw them, two young fit lads. I can't keep up with these lads.
Got to keep up with this little girl, you see.
Ah, yeah. Yeah. It's been very, very nice to have met you anyway.
Summit there, just dropping down from Carrock Fell.
So this is where we're heading next.
I don't know if anybody can remember the comedy series It Ain't Half Hot Mum, which I've just bought on Amazon Prime, the whole series, because I used to love it years ago. I mean, nowadays you wouldn't get away with doing a comedy series like that. You'd end up getting arrested, never mind cancelled. But I used to really like it, good fun, and I saw an episode last night. The troops out digging a trench over in India, 40-degree heat, and the sergeant major came out, looked for his troop, and they all sat down in the shade because of the 40-degree heat. Battery Sergeant Major Williams, Welsh lad, he said, "What's going on, lovely boys?" And they turned around and said, "We're just shading, Sergeant Major, because of this intense heat." At which point he exploded and told them, get out there, get them shirts off and defy the sun. So they all had to stand up, take the shirts off, start digging the trench, 40-degree heat, lily white skin, and every time he said, defy the sun, they had to look up at the sun and say, come on son, do your worst. Absolute comedy gold. It had me laughing anyway. Funny enough, unintentionally, I tried to defy the sun last week on Sea Sandal and got burnt to a crisp. But today, I am smothered in factor 50. So, come on son, do your worst. Anyway, I better move on before anybody thinks I've had too much sun. Well, it's always nice when you're walking on the trail, middle of nowhere, and you bump into a really nice guy. It's even nicer when you find out his name's Nigel and he watches the videos.
That's
so
right, yeah.
he's doing it the easy way on the bike.
It's easier down, but it can be just as hard going up.
Either way, it's been very nice to have met you anyway.
No, I hope you enjoy the rest of your
And
day.
you, and you.
Yeah.
I've had plenty of stops. As always, I've had plenty of chats with people, which I always enjoy. So it's been a good day. So final push up there. Have something to eat there, I think. A bit more energy in us. Summer's in sight. And seat in sight as well. Oh, that has got my name on it. So how nice is that? Very sorry. I'll beat you to it. So 658 metres. 2159 feet high Pike. For the first time. So it looks like that will be the way we're heading down. I'll double check with the map first.
Them clouds up there are starting to look a little bit threatening.
But a woman come up there, I was coming off the top there, she sort of looked at us, and I looked at her to sort of smile and say hello. Then she looked away dead quickly. Hello dear. But anyway, just as she was going past us, she said, "Are you Alan Metalman?" I says, "Well, on YouTube I am." Like, yeah. She said, "Oh, I've watched some of your videos," but she didn't want to be on, which is fair enough. So if you say this, it was very nice to have met you. It's been metal mania today on the fells, I tell you. So we're splitting the path there. I think I'll follow them two young ladies. I mean, fair enough, the map does say go that way as well. And two girls I saw at the summit that I followed down. They're way out of sight there now. Ought to be young and fit again. Being old and fit just doesn't quite cut it.
I can also see, well, I'm hoping, a black sheep.
As opposed to black cows. Because I do not like walking past cows at all. But the way I feel at the moment, there's no chance of sprinting away. Anyway, let's see if we can get a bit closer. Well, what I thought was cows, actually horses, which doesn't make it any better, to be honest. So I don't fancy from kicking the Maldives from one of them. It's a very quietly walk down here. Anyway, get a bit closer. I'm going to cut off where that yellow gorse is. A bit of excitement at the end of a walk. So I don't know if these are wild ponies or not. I'm not going to ask when I find out. That's turned out to be very, very nice, this little side path.
And through the gorse we should be able to see a farm, I'm sure. That is where
the beast is parked. Just up from there. So maybe when I get out of the gorse we'll be able to see better. Bypassed all those horses there. Stealth hiking. Might put that in the title. Try and get a few more views. Well, the lovely sight of the road.
and how nice is that?
So if you watch the video all the way through, thank you very much. Always appreciate it. If you've enjoyed it, click on the like button. I really would appreciate that as well. I'll tell you something, it won't be too long before I'm back out again. Cheers.